Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's doing great, staying safe and sane and healthy, and just everybody's getting along out there. We will get into the video here in just a minute, but before that, we're going to run over here and restock our local blessing box. So, yep, stick around. We'll be right back. Alright, so we went and dropped some food off at the little food pantry there, and I wanted to make sure that it was, pretty well stocked for everybody, because it's something that I do. I don't really put a whole lot on this channel because, I don't really want to be like, yay me, look at this thing I'm doing. But it's something that, we do, well, not regularly, but, quite often. And, so I was doing that today, so I figured I'd take you guys along with me. But, so there you go. I want to give a huge, massive shout out to my friend Gavin and Miss Robin and my friend Terry, my friend Isaac, all you guys that have been coming to these lives and all the just man, you guys have been knocking it out of the park. Y'all been, everybody's been real receptive and just kind of learning a lot and asking questions and just, I'm so thrilled that y'all are a part of things, man. I really am. And I wanted to give a massive, massive shout out to all you guys, to everyone that's either been interviewed or anyone that has just been in chats or anybody that just watches my videos, period. It truly does mean the world to me, and I can't thank you guys enough, man. I really can't. Doing interviews and stuff like that are a lot different for me because they're all on the fly. Every single one of them are, it's all unscripted. I mean, it's scripted to the point where I ask questions and stuff like that. I have questions wrote down, but as far as, the answers and stuff, none of that's scripted. It's just off the cuff. So that's kind of the way we do it. I try to make it, as raw and as real as possible, not just a bunch of bullshit on a screen. Nobody's going to be interested in that. So that's, I realize that. So I'm, trying to not do that and be something a little different than most are doing, and so far it's been working out great. You guys have really been seeming to dig it. And, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you. My family thanks you. It's not just me that puts this shit together. My wife works behind the scenes as far as like getting stuff together for interviews, that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's huge. There's a big, team effort that goes into it. Again, I've said before, I couldn't do it without you guys. Well, that's very true. I could not do it without you guys. That's, 100%. So, again, thank you. Back to the interviews and stuff like that. My interview style is kind of picking up just a little bit. I'm getting better at it. You can tell I'm trying not to throw as many uhs and ums in there and you knows, and I'm trying to stray away from that. I've been watching a lot of Conan O'Brien and Larry King and a lot of these people that are like legendary interviewers, and I've really been trying to focus and hone in on getting good at asking questions, because really and truly all it is just the art of conversation. If you're good at if it's called having a rap. If you have a rap, and I'm not talking about like hip hop, I'm talking about if you have a rap, then it works out really, really well, and it flows, and it's like what they call a verbal tennis match or a verbal ping pong match, where it's just bam, 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 and it bounces back and forth. And that's what I'm trying to get going. Once you get into that flow, it's a lot like playing music. And I don't know if a lot of you guys have played music before, but it's similar to that when you lock in. And man, when you do, it starts to groove, and man, it works so good, and I'm so thrilled with the way that it's turning out. So all right, so I'm gonna give you guys just a little bit of a peek behind the curtain as far as how I do videos and that kind of stuff, and my way of filming things. All right, this is the way that I normally talk. Okay, I'm not moving my lips on purpose or anything like that. So when I'm doing videos, I have to really, really enunciate and move my lips a lot. So doing that in a live setting, see, I'm doing it a lot more now. I'm like, hello, how you doing? My top lip don't move at all. So I gotta really kind of articulate with my bottom lip. All right, it's embarrassing. It is what it is, but I've literally had my face like pulled off of my skull, and doing that, it just completely killed the top lip. So this hole from like right here across is just straight paralyzed, like it don't move. I can, I told you I can sort of move it, but it's just the pressure of both of these sides pushing it up. So I have a speech impediment, so if you hear me talking a lot slower and stuff like that in interviews and that kind of thing, well, that's the reason why. Is because I'm trying to sound more concise, I want to really, really get my question across without sounding all mush mouth, so that's kind of what's going on there. So if you ever wondered why, man, damn, this dude talks kind of slow, well, that's the reason why. Is because, with the way that my mouth is and stuff like that, I find myself like during interviews really trying to be like, hi, how are you? And it doesn't work well. So therefore I find myself, fighting that a lot. So if you see me doing that, there you go. That's the reason, I try to avoid doing that as much as possible. So again, putting all this, into these interviews and stuff like that, it's been a big, huge learning experience for me, because, I'm learning, it's just like, well, stop doing that. Stop, you're trailing off. You're starting to do whatever, you're starting to get away from the original question, that kind of thing. You got to stay on track, and you got to learn how to rein the guests back in and keep them on track. All stuff that I've never in my life done. Shit I've never, I've had it done to me. I've been interviewed before, but I've never really studied how they do it and that kind of stuff, because I'd never really planned on interviewing anybody. So, I took what little bit of knowledge I had, and basically YouTube and websites and stuff like that, and just kind of honed up on my skill, or polished my skills a little bit with interviewing. And so far it's came out really, really well. So I want to give a massive, massive shout out to everybody that's been involved. Again, thank you so much. I mean, you guys have made all this possible, and I don't really know what else to say. So with that, I love you guys. Stay happy, safe, sane, positive, motivated. Don't look back. Don't give a shit what anybody else says, and just be yourself. Love life and just be who you are. I'll see you next week. I love you. Bye.